All right. Jack Hermansson versus Sean Strickland, February 5th. Main event, UFC Vegas. What is it now? 48, I believe. Anyways, wanted to talk a little bit about the main event and the betting line and kind of what I think. Taped it yesterday, and I have some feelings. I have some feelings. So, Jack Hermansson, 22-6, coming off a win. Who's he coming off a win against? I already forgot. Edmund Shabazian. Sean Strickland is on a 5-fight win streak. Is that right? Yep. On a 4-fight win streak at middleweight. Beat Jack Marshman as a minus 450 favorite. Beat Brendan Allen at plus 100, near even. I think we all thought Brendan Allen was going to shoot a few takedowns in that fight. Guess what? Not a single takedown attempt. And then Krzysztof Jotko, who historically does like to grapple, I believe in that whole fight there was only one takedown attempted. And Uriah Hall, who doesn't grapple at all. But I think you understand what I'm getting at here. Jack Hermansson is the first real grappler Sean Strickland has faced at middleweight. And if you pull up fight metric, well, 82% takedown defense for Sean Strickland, right? You can look at that, not do any tape at all, and like, oh, okay, Sean Strickland's going to stuff the takedowns here. He's got 82% takedown defense. I don't think it's as simple as that because the last time anyone shot a takedown on him was Court McGee back in 2017 at welterweight. Actually, I believe I'm lying to you. Someone shot a takedown here, but he's faced one takedown attempt in his last 5 fights. On the other hand, you have Jack Hermansson, who has shot in on his opponents 33 times in the last 5 fights. So that's kind of an unknown to me, in my opinion. You have to go all the way back, like I said, to this Court McGee fight. Court McGee shot 11 takedowns and he went 0 of 11. The first 2 rounds, there's a couple times where Court McGee was pretty deep on his hips, and it looked like it was going to get him down. But if you had a little bit of size and strength to what Court McGee did technically on those takedowns, I think you get the takedown. And let's be honest, I don't even think Hermansson needs a takedown. He just needs to get around to that back. He needs a little window. Jack Hermansson is that kind of guy. All he needs is a little window to capitalize on a mistake. And yeah, but anyways, it's like inflated numbers for Sean Strickland's takedown defense, if you ask me. Hasn't faced a whole lot of takedowns in the UFC. And look, 0 of 11, that's a large part of that 82% takedown defensive rating. So I have questions. Like I said, that's pretty alarming. When I went back to look at on paper this fight, I already knew it was striker versus grappler. Sean Strickland is obviously the better striker, but I don't think it's a huge margin as far as the difference in striking. Uh, I'll I'll say that Strickland for sure is the better striker, but like I said, not a huge margin. And then Hermansson is obviously the better grappler. Probably the best submission grappler Sean Strickland's faced. I would have been interested to see Brendan Allen shoot takedowns on Sean Strickland. When I tape fights, I try to get a good comp. So like on paper, I was like, okay, Brendan Allen, he's gonna shoot a couple takedowns on Sean Strickland. Let's see how Sean Strickland reacts to the takedowns and if there's any positions where it looked like he's made any mistakes. But I don't remember this fight at all before I taped it yesterday. And Brendan Allen, not a single takedown attempt. And that was pretty surprising. So, yeah, like I said, there's no doubt in my mind who the better striker is. But it's not like Strickland has one punch power. He's going to be the one leading the dance. He's going to be the one pressuring, or at least commanding the center of the octagon. But um, I think Hermansson, all he needs is one takedown. That's the kind of guy he is. We saw with Kelvin Gastelum. We've seen it with high-level jiu-jitsu players like Jacare Souza, David Branch, Gerald Mearshart. Like those guys are no scrubs, and he was able to grab that guillotine on both of those guys. So, and then I looked at the betting line. Initially, I thought I don't know why I thought Sean Strickland was, like, closer to -300 than he was -200. That's kinda what got me to tape this fight early, honestly. I thought he was -300 here. He's only -205, early action on him, but, +175, I think that's 33.9%, or yeah, BetMGM +195, that's 33.9%, and I just think when there's an unknown on one side and he's all the way up to -205, I personally can't bet that. I can't do it. Hermansson does have a few TKO losses, but in his fight versus Vettori, like, he went down in that first round, but, like, Vettori has way more power than Sean Strickland, and I know Sean Strickland is historically pretty durable as well, but that tall man's defense is just it worries me. Jotko connected a few times, even Hall connected a few times to where it just scares me, especially in a 5-round fight to where I personally don't think Sean Strickland's finishing upside is that high against a guy like Hermansson. So, yeah, I think Hermansson's a side here, especially at the +195 if you can get that. I think as we get closer to February 5th, I think more people are gonna be betting Sean Strickland because it's a case of what have you done for me lately? That's all this betting game is, and he's on the 4-fight win streak at middleweight and 5-fight win streak overall. And, but you gotta look past that. I mean, none of like I said, the biggest thing here is none of these guys grapple. Hermansson is one of the best grapplers, submission grapplers inside the UFC, in my opinion, and I don't think his wrestling is anything special, but as long as the threat's there, and he actually goes for it, that's really all I need at the plus 195 number. Just give me a chance. If he goes in there with the right game plan, I mean, my questions are gonna be answered, and, that's all I could ask for sitting on a plus 195, so, as far as submission goes, I probably expect a big number there as well. I don't think Sean Strickland has ever been submitted, so we might have a big number when that prop comes out. That's gonna be an interesting play, but I think like I said, I don't think the discrepancy in striking is that huge. I think a lot of people might say it is, but I personally don't think so, so maybe I'm not gonna put all my eggs in a basket as far as, the submission prop goes, because I don't think that's the only way Jocko can win. I mean, Jocko, Hermansson can win, so, that's just me. I like the Joker here. I think the line's a little off, and, it's a "What have you done for me lately" line, and people are buying into Sean Strickland at middleweight. Don't get me wrong, very skilled fighter. I like him going forward. I like him right now, but I'll go back to it. An unknown is his defensive grappling at middleweight against bigger, stronger guys, and, I'll say it again, he's faced 1 takedown attempt in his last 5 fights. On the other hand, we have Joker who's shot in 33 different times in his last 5 fights, so that's all there is to it right there. I think there's value at the plus 195, plus 170 range, and I think I'm gonna be looking to bet it, so that's what I got. February 5th, the main event, Strickland versus Jack Hermansson.